Oh yeah, licking shots. Yeah.
I got horns on, cunt.
Horns on, cunt. Yeah.
Fucking excuse me.
Get up,
Fucking excuse me.
in your car. What is good, y'all? What is poppin'? My name is C.
My name is No Sean.
And welcome to episode 106 of Bad Habits of Podcast. We in the motherfucking building. You know what the fucking vibes are. Oh.
We most certainly are, sir. We most certainly are.
What's good, mate?
Oh, you know, it's freezing tits.
No,
had to wear my thermals when I went outside today, so it's getting closer to the cold season. And you know, yet again, we're talking about weather off the jump. But yeah,
You know how
everything's
we
good,
do?
mate. Fuck, man's out here making beats, making treats.
I like that. It rhymes. Did you guys get snow yesterday?
I literally saw like 2 snowflakes, and I was like, "Fuck off!" And then they didn't come back, so I felt like I was in control of the situation. It was pretty good.
That's great.
Yeah,
we got a bunch, but it didn't stick. We're trying to show Barrington because it was like fluffy ones.
Oh
and
no!
I was trying to show him like, look, but he wouldn't really like. I don't think he understood what was happening.
I guess not ready for it.
Well, it won't really. I don't know. Maybe he's looking up, and I don't know what dogs' eyes are like. But probably couldn't see the shit. But once
probably
it hits the ground,
good in color, mate. So that's probably have to
look. I didn't know a lot about dogs' eyes, right? Fuck, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Fuck.
He has to wait for the big fat fluffy snow.
Yeah, I think that'll be the stuff that'll get his fucking little.
I think he's gonna trip.
Oh, he's gonna fucking
dicks.
lose it. We just ordered him it's like a slush suit, because the type of hair, I've seen these pictures of all of these dogs in the similar hair to him with all these little snowballs. Like his whole fur just turns into snowballs. It's the way that it catches on that type of fur.
Right.
So we got these like snow, like it's called what do they call it? Yeah, like a slush suit. So it's basically like goes down to just before his paws. And it's like a whole thing. He's just got a little opening so he can piss and shit. And then we got him these little boots. So it's almost like because he's also pretty hairy, so we didn't know if we need a serious jacket. So like we got that so that he can go for the walks and then come back and then not be a fucking probably just his head. And
slush fest.
Yeah, he can just dry it with a towel or a quick light hair dryer.
So he can go tobogganing and then come home.
He would would I
put his foot in the fucking the jerk off 5,000 warm water treater.
Yeah, boom, boom, boom. He's good to go.
You know what I mean? Cunts are ready for inside again.
Mate.
Okay. Glad the fluffy man's doing well.
Right, he's out here.
But more importantly, how are you, cunt? You all right?
Yeah, I'm chilling, man. It's been a busy day. It was a busy weekend. Hence, we put the pod off for day, and that's why Uncle Daniel is not here. But it was worth it. I got the work done, so it was all good. Dan is in Toronto anyway, visiting. We were supposed to do it yesterday. It was mostly on me for that one, so it's just boo me, boo. Do we have a boo? I don't think I have a boo. So.
No, we don't. We just made one.
Do you know what some cunts would call me?
You got nothing but fucking siggy butts up there now. You got a siggy butt brain.
Scoffing on dongs, eh?
Scoffing on them for the cunts on the audio. That was a siggy butt brain audio because we haven't got that all linked up.
Fair enough.
Biatch. Yeah, man. Everything is blessed. What I have to tell you. I got the LED.
I was going to say you have something new behind you.
Yeah, in the easy fucking
that production editions.
Yeah, it looks a little nicer. I still haven't got the angles right on how to do this yet. Like I moved it over.
Great on camera. Looks
it's cool,
flawless.
But I'd rather if I went straight on, but it's not wide or tall enough to go straight on. Like I need like probably 5 deep, I think, to go wide, and I don't have that many shoes.
To buy some more shoes, yeah.
I have to tell Tiff, all right, it's for business. It's for the bud.
Well, business expense. You know, need some more kicks.
Mm-hmm.
Need some variety.
Even though I can't get Yeezys retail anymore, but that's a whole other conversation.
Oh man.
What else is new? What else is new between us, Nosh? In the last week since that's our homie, I filmed some content with him. Our homie Craig is in town. You were just with him today.
Yep, neck and some beers. And also riding bikes on my birthday last week. Fucking sweet.
And it was your birthday last week. I didn't think we talked about it.
I think we did. We kind of, we had a lot to talk about in the last episode. I don't think we did chat about it. Okay. But yeah, man's turned another age. It's all good.
Another age. Right here. How was the night or day or both?
Both was sick, man. I went for a ride. Like whether I was with cunts or not, I would have gone for a mountain bike trail ride. But yeah, I ended up going for a ride with the Craig sandwich. So Craig H and Craig V, mad love, respect, and everything to those brothers. yeah, went to the Don Valley in Tirana, and we just cruised around. Some local hits, nothing too advanced. But everything's full of leaves and shit. So yeah, we had a couple of spills. I didn't, thankfully, but the boys did. That just makes it for an entertaining ride. Cunts have a fun story. And then the evening, I saw your beautiful face, and then a bunch of close crew went to a beer bar and had some delicious beer and some delicious food, and I was chuffed by the end. I had a good day, man. I'm not really big on birthdays. I don't really do like a party thing and get chance together because it's the whole thing. So I'd rather do, lots of small segmented things over the month. So yeah, kicked it off great with you beautiful fuckers. And I guess having beers just now with the boys was another addition to my birthday month festivities. So yeah, probably later this week or probably next week, I'm going to meet up with some other cunts and just do small things because not everybody's available at the same time, and I ain't trying to have like a big thing like that. So yeah, just small things and everything's blessed.
Fuck yeah, man! I agree 100% on that. The smaller events, like then you can actually talk to everyone. Like I talked to everybody that was there. It was a small group, like maybe 8 of us or something. At one point,
it was like 6 tops.
Yeah, I think by the end it was 6 or 7, something like that. But either way, I got to talk to everybody.
Yeah,
and it's like if you have like fucking 20 people there, you're not really gonna talk to anyone at any depth. That's why I think like weddings and shit are stupid. Like, what's the point? You're not gonna.
Yeah, because you're having lots of 2-minute conversations or less. It's just like you have to appease all these people and constantly run around. And like I feel like as the birthday boy, for example, you have to run around and have all these conversations, and like it's a little bit stressful because you actually want to have a nice casual time, but there's so many people there that want your time and attention, and they love you and stuff. But you have to kind of appease everyone because then, after the party, sometimes cunts are like, oh, I barely even saw you. I'm like, yeah, I was fucking speaking to the other fucking 80 million cunts. I did see you, but not for long enough. And that's just the thing. Like, I feel bad because I love all my mates and shit. So I want to break it down into small things. I think a couple years ago or a few years ago, I seen people like girls post online, oh, it's my birthday month. I'm going to have parties. And they have like all these fucking things. But I was like, wait. That's actually fucking smart if you do it kind of a little different because sometimes they're doing like extravagant sweet 16s every fucking 4 days. But like, yeah, so I was like, oh, take that little model and just downsize it a bunch. And then, because if you, I have a lot of friends from a lot of different walks of life. I got music friends, I got mountain biking friends, I got cunts from my area, I got cunts from the old area, and that don't always intermingle. So like, yeah, I found like, if I put them all in the same room, they wouldn't really intermingle. So I was like, I want to just separate all that shit because it's more fun for me, and that's what it's all about.
That is smart. We always make fun of the birthday month people because it's like ridiculous.
It's done in a fancy, extroverted, fucking over the top way. I'm like mad low key. Let's have a few beers at the pub and fuck off before snoozy time. But like, yeah, breaking it down into small things is going to allow me to see more of my mates that I want to see without fucking any of the experience up. So I'm happy to space it out. It's a little more money and a little more outings in the freezing cold, but I'm fucking here for it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I guess it kind of actually for both of us. Both of our birthdays are in shit times. You're in fall. I'm in spring.
But in Australia,
I'm in autumn, and you're in spring. Oh, yours is good in Australia. Mine is still kind of whack. It's basically the same weather both times.
Pussy old ting that.
Yeah, big time pussy old ting.
Fair enough. But yeah, man, everything's blessed. Fucking good to see cunts.
Fucking go, cunt.
Fucking here for it.
Fucking love it, mate. Fucking
LFG.
Love it, cunt.
Fire emoji. Fire emoji.
Gang.
So, I mean,
I'm trying to think. I don't think I had any other updates. Might as well let's do our stuff at the beginning this time. You mentioned Notion Beats.
Yes. We're making more.
Putting them out on notionbeats.com. What's the vibes? Anything you want to talk about this week that's new that you want people to do for that?
Basically, well, for the November, I'm having a sale for new clients. So if you've never worked with me before, and if you buy a beat or if you get a mixing package or a mastering package, I'm going to honor that by giving you one free.
Look at that. That's a deal, ladies and gentlemen.
Basically, a whole beat for free if you buy a beat, a whole another mix for free if you purchase a mix package, and a whole another master if you get a master package. So, it's been good. People have been reacting well to it. And the fact that I've got some beats out there and some content that goes behind it, people have been like, okay, sweet, Notion is back to work. Because obviously with this, thing on my neck over here, which is, I would say 85% healed. It's doing really well. I've been eating like a mad cunt and, keeping hydrated and exercising and just kind of keeping everything going. So yeah, the nurses and the doctors have been like, you're really close to being healed. So I'm just like, feeling good and being more productive and,
great.
trying to get back to get the wheelhouse moving in the rotation that it was.
I love that. And what's the best way for cunts to I guess obviously notionbeats.com to hear the newest stuff? You just scroll down, hit the second album there, and then scroll down to the bottom. That's all the newest stuff.
Yep.
What best way to get in touch with you if people want to take advantage of that shit?
Just hit me on the DM on @NotionBaby on Instagram. Any of the DMs on any of my @NotionBabies. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Just give me a DM. Probably Instagram would be the easiest and the quickest response for all that. I can send you a link to the thing if you can't find it through my link tree in my bio. So yeah, just give me a shout, man. I'm easily reachable. I'm happy to talk to anybody and show man's what the deal is. You know what I mean?
Love it, cunt. That's wicked. So make sure you check that out. You've had a bunch of sick ones you've been posting, like the one from I think yesterday. I was like, yo, I think we should look at that for.
That's gonna have to keep that on the side. Sometimes, like I make a beat, I'm like, yeah, sick, and then I have a listen a few hours later after I've made it. I'm like, oh,
this might be one. For,
gonna have to maybe, yeah. Because
so
if I find myself like singing to it and rapping to it later on after I've like hours after I've made it, I'm probably gonna have to keep it for the squad or something.
Yeah,
but
smart.
It happens.
So maybe what we could do is once you've got a bunch of new beats that you've sort of put aside, then we can see which ones we want to add to the album stash and then do another one of those episodes where we review some of the beats.
Review them, of course, man.
Because we haven't started yet.
No, we haven't. We're still in beat selection mode. I'm still like finding the vibes because I want to get a fairly eclectic thing. And at the moment, the beats seem to be on a fairly similar plane. So I want to make sure we have an eclectic fucking selection for our pile, let's call it. And then we can just sift from there and just see what actually fits the soundscape and stuff. And but whatever. The vibes are open. Obviously, we're both totally like whatever fucking sticks, where there's no parameters here, which is the best part. And I can just make whatever the fuck with no like, hey, make a beat like this, or I want some custom like this. I can do that, but that's a lot of pressure. And I find the best comes when I just make my shit and we pick it and the vibes fit. Seems to be, for the most part, like with other artists I work with too, like Rhino and shit. Like he'll ask me to make, hey man, I can have this sample, make something out of that. I'll do it, and it'll be cool. But like I just feel like the beats that he picked after the fact that I made them, and he made that marriage. It's just kind of like, it just seems to be better for me. I'm not a custom beat guy. I do them, but just I find it's better the other way around.
That's good insight though, because I know something like, I don't know if it's weird, but it's cool. I think it's a really cool like way of looking at stuff that you've like realized that, because like someone like Maya Clarity we'll talk about here.
Oh my god, he'll make something out of nothing. No worries.
Yeah, that's kind of his thing, is the custom beats. That's what he likes. Because when we did Relentless, like if you listen to the Series 2 episode with the podcast episode with Maya, we talked about how we approached the beat. So like sometimes he would have maybe, I don't know, of the 17 songs that's on the deluxe, maybe like 3, something like that, were ones that he already had that we just fleshed out. Yeah. And the rest were all custom. Like I sat there and watched him. Like I would bring in, not a sample because we weren't sampling, but bring in like a reference. Like, yo, I want to make a song like this.
That's super helpful when you have that, for sure.
Yeah, but then that's his way of doing shit. That's what he told me from the beginning. So like for you and me, we've been approaching it in exactly the way that you said, where it's like you have such like you've done so many beats. It's not that difficult, like you were saying before, to put a bunch together that collate them and curate them so that the vibe is cohesive whilst also being like different enough to keep your interest. Because we've got 10 fucking trap beats, it's all pretty same. It's pretty boring for the listener and for you and me to make that. Like, we don't want to do that, but
Yeah.
we want to have like. Did we talk about this on the last pod about the approach to the album?
Not like in depth, but like.
Well, we were talking about. I just can't remember where we talked about it, whether it was live on the thing or not. But we were talking about having fun with the project. I'm pretty sure it was at the end of the pod. Just about having fun with it, like kind of the 21 and Drake project, where it was like, it's serious. You know, the music's the same shit, but they just had a lot of like silly things in it that's kind of entertaining and shit like that.
Man, I'm happy to amp that fun factor up because, like, you know, we're like ultra passionate about our everything.
Yes.
But like, you know, we need to actually tone it back, dial it back a bit as far as that intensity and passion. Because sometimes people can say like, "Oh, you rap kind of angrily." It's like, no, you're not listening properly. Like, you're not listening.
Huh.
I've had some feedback where like, "Oh, you sound like you're angry when you're rapping." It's like, no, like listen to the words and how I'm saying it. It's like. But yeah, like we're not yelling, but like we say what we're saying with such passion on certain songs. Like there's not many that this has come back from, but like some of the more aggressive songs where we're like rapping about, man, we're fucking mad cunts. We've been doing this, like suck my dick and like that kind of shit. Those songs, there's only like a few of those, and some of them, most of those ones are over the trappy sort of newer school beats and shit. Like,
are you talking like I Got Next or something?
That's one of them.
Wow, I don't think you're yelling
and
at
also,
all.
And also, well, it's not.
So
and
you
also
the
remix.
Okay,
Yeah, I know.
Remix?
And
It's
the
like
remix.
cool. Remix Kill 'Em?
Shot 'em up, Kill 'Em.
What? It's like you're talking on both of those songs. That's so chill.
We're both. I know. That's the
Okay.
feedback I get on certain songs. I'm like,
that's interesting. So do they think Drake's ever yelling then? Like, motherfuckers never loved us. Like, you know, he's like ramped up. Like,
when did you? Yeah, I guess raising the voice when you're rapping can it's like we're talking in capitals on Twitter, like Kanye.
I think that's a good episode name. Talking in capitals.
Talking in caps.
Talking in caps. I'll write that down anyway. So okay, that's really fascinating because
very minimal feedback, but it has come around.
No, this is good though. This is why I like fleshing this shit out here because we don't talk about this like this off air really, like because we haven't got to that point yet, and it's kind of cool to just and we kind of agreed to just do this in front of everyone, which we've never done before. So it's interesting for both of us to do it, to approach it in a completely different way. That's fascinating. That's super fascinating. Like, I don't think either of us are going to change the way we rap because we've been doing it so long. I think that we are both exceptionally good at delivery and customizing the delivery to that beat and to the vibe that we're trying to achieve on that. We've been doing it too long. It's not like we're like amateur when maybe we used to like, I don't know about you, but I used to always try and do too much, always doing too much. Like, remember like the old fucking...
Your bars are very full.
Very full, even to this day.
You're an excellent writer. That's the thing. Like, you know exactly how to fill the pockets with syllables. You can count everything out perfectly. That's why your verses are so full, I think.
Yeah, and I had to tone it down a bit because it makes it a little harder for people 100%. To. Yeah, or just take more pauses. Not even about slow. Just like take more pauses in the bars, which is fine. And I haven't written much. So I'm looking forward to taking all this stuff and approaching all these new music differently. But I think this is cool that we're sort of figuring it out this way and like changing this, like taking this approach and selecting the beats publicly, talking about it a lot, talking about the subject matter and stuff. I know that like it's not like we have a crazy following here anyway to get all the feedback, but we obviously, you know, we chart in a bunch of countries and people do listen. So it's, you know, maybe I'm not even doing this for feedback. It's just more like, hey, here's an experiment.
We can flesh it out like live, and it's like a diary. It's like, fuck it.
Yeah, it's like a diary with this stuff, and we're in the early stages of it, and it's cool because it's because we're talking about it here, and because you're so active with the beats now. I found it's easier to stay focused on it because we've talked about doing this for years, but it's like there's always been something else distracting us from it, and now I'm about to release the rest of my music I've had on my sleeve, the deluxe, and which I'll talk about in a second, by Toxic City 2, which I haven't even shared with you yet, but I have the artwork. I got that back. We've paid the guy. It's all done.
Oh, sick.
So basically all I have to do is distribute it, but I've been waiting to get, I'll explain the distributor fuckery. They're still going. So I still have it. It's been, hopefully I can get it out this month is really all I'm aiming for Relentless Deluxe. So,
Sick.
but that's
Okay.
sick. So we're going to work on our shit. So make sure you check Notion Beats for all the new stuff. Grab the beats before we do. You know the vibes.
Honestly, like I won't put anything up that's that we're feeling, but like I will put up out of every 5 beats, I'll probably put up 3 or 4. So like I'm not going to steal all of them. Obviously, I'm not like what is it?
Like a hoarder.
Yeah, I'm not a hoarder like Kanye stealing all the good beats for himself.
Oh, yeah.
But I definitely will keep the ones that fit for us because there's some beats that I've put away on the website that I still really want to rap on, but I don't think I could do it like the ultimate justice. So I'm like, I see some other motherfucker like he's like, but like, yeah, I've given a beat that I put up on the website to an Australian top charting artist, and he just slept on it for too long, and so I put that up, and cunts have been loving it. So I got a few things on that. So I don't always keep all the good beats for myself or us or you or close artist mates. I've definitely put up the fire still. So
Okay, I love that. So go check them out, Joe. It's really eclectic shit right now. Like you're knocking out fire, man. Every
it's been fun too. It's a fresh approach. I've had like a good 3-4 months of not making beats, which is fucking ridiculous because I used to make like 50, 75 beats a month. I'm not even kidding. And I remember documenting that shit a little while ago and just posting as many of the good ones as I could. But yeah, a good hiatus will snap your cock
right
into gear. So
snap it
here we
right
go.
on off. I fucking
You know
love
what I'm
it, cunt.
saying?
So
Just
Notion Beats.
chopping off the bell end. Notionbeats.com/Notion Beats. I'm pretty
Is it?
sure. I don't know.
No, I think it's just notionbeats.com because it's a redirect.
Because there's
It's
the
there's
website's kind of
no
whack. I'm gonna fix it
well,
up. It doesn't go straight to the.
yeah.
There's a Notion
If
Beats folder on notionbeats.com. It doesn't go to that first because it doesn't let me
it's Bandcamp
amend
for
the
people.
order.
So it's
It's trash.
notionbeats.com is a redirect URL to Bandcamp, and it's because the beat. If you change the year of that beat folder, it'll put it after.
It doesn't let me.
It doesn't
I'll
put you
try
after snares and soul, huh?
No.
Okay, so
It's a whole bunch of messed up.
Okay, worst case, then it's there. Y'all see
I might
it.
just wipe the whole thing and start again, but we'll figure it out.
I mean, you could just start a whole new. What you could do is be like a new beat, leave those ones there, then start fresh, and maybe start fresh for 2023 and make a 2023 beats album, and then that's the beats for that year.
Everything
and start
else
a new one.
So
leave. It's like the current beats folder could be 2022 to the beginning of time, and then then you start a fresh folder January 1st where all 2023 beats that are made in the year go in that folder, which will take it to the front of the website because that's how Bandcamp works. Is like the newest release goes first, and then 2024 start again, and every single year. So then people can
I have folders of beats for years.
Yeah, and it just have a different cover for each one. It's not even a folder; it's actually an album. Is the way that Bandcamp approaches it. So you've got one album with 170 or whatever it is tracks on it, which is the current
thing
one.
Is like that's the thing. Like half of those beats, like as soon as they get bought by someone, they get deleted. There's like fucking like 700 beats for like whatever. Like the list goes stupid. So like
right. So separating it into years makes it easier for people to consume it because if you go into a beat folder and there's 800 million things there, it's like, oh fuck, where do I start? So you would tell people to start with the newest, start from the bottom or whatever, as opposed to start from one. You start from the highest number because that's the newest release, right?
So advice. Look at this.
Yeah, we'll figure it out together, So then if you do each year, if you make 50 a month, then I don't know, call it, I got terrible at math. Is that 600 beats a year? That's 600 beats in that for actually, it can't possibly be. But either way, there'll be a fuck ton in each one, and this will just separate it into the years, and you just say, hey man, it's January 2023, so you go to the fucking 2023 folder, and anything else is in the other one. Boom, boom, boom.
Fucking here for that. Let's do it.
Makes it easy for you. So,
nice.
Love it. As far as my shit, so yes, I spoke to somebody finally at AWOL about the PNC lines. They told me to make the whole album 2022, no 2021 on there. I think I explained it last time I had the issue with that.
Right,
so I have submitted. I don't know how long that's going to do. I changed the date because I originally had it for October 28th. It is now November 14th on the day we're recording now, which is pretty fucking whack, but it's okay because it's just trying to get it out, man. I just want it out. So hopefully it'll come out this month. I'll keep y'all posted. and it's only really 2 new songs, but it's more because I've already got the 3 singles, but it's really like just the principle of the shit, because it kind of fucked my rollout. Not that I had some fucking grand plan or whatever and had been promoting it heavy, but at this point I'm just like, I just want to get it out. Right. And then Smokewell and I did Buy Toxic City in, I think it was late 2020 if I'm not mistaken. We dropped that EP, immediately worked on Volume 2. Volume 2 kind of got pushed aside. He was doing other things. He had his CanCon project that we were both on. I had Relentless. You finished the mixes and masters in June this year. We just got the cover done. I'm ready to submit it unless you wanted to do one more pass over the mix and masters, which is something I was going to tell you separately, but since we're talking, openly about all that shit, if you want to do another pass over, you can. But I'm have a geese, because maybe you'd be like, nah, she's sweet, man. But they are, album is, so it's an EP, 6 tracks, sounding fucking beautiful. Cover art is super cool. Mighty Shay in Florida did that. Even whilst he was running away from the hurricane, he still managed to knock it out, poor guy. So,
that's insane.
What a G. That was the same guy who did Smokewell's cover for Northern Lights. So
okay.
The skull, which is, he's super cool. He was easy to work with. Made it nice. So we used some of Joshua Telfer's photography. Some of it he did all original stuff. It's kind of cool. So something different to what I would typically do, because I used Joshua as my and Notions guy since forever. And Uncle Terry, shouts Uncle Terry, fucking goat. Mm-hmm. So Smoke was like, yo, can I use my guy for this? I'm like, yeah, man, I'm trying this new thing. Would you describe me as a controlling motherfucker a lot of the time?
For the most part, yeah, which is usually a great thing. But yeah, that's right. You spearhead the thing, and that's how you roll.
It's the stubborn Aries way. I can't help myself. Control freak is what it is. I've been trying I don't know why I had this sort of shit come over me in the last few weeks. There,
definitely.
Where I'm like, I just want to go with the flow. Like, people are doing something cool, man. Sure, let's do it. And I've been really trying to not like push back, pause as much as I normally would. Like, and be like, no, but sure. I'm like, you know what? Cool. We're doing this New Year's trip where like there's like 12 cunts more.
Oh yeah, that's
way more. Like, it's 7 children, 2 dogs, and actually there's got to be at least 12 adults. And we've got this place up north that we're all going to, and I'm just like, yeah, cool, man, sure. You want to do that? Cool. I haven't said shit. I'm just saying, yep, I'm going with the flow for everything.
Stacks of cunts. Okay, all right.
Which is going to be funny. Terrified about the amount of children, but the point is, I'm just being like, hey, could we get a bedroom like it's further away from like where the children are going to be up early? So then, y'all going to be up early, and I'll stay away from y'all. I'll probably be up late, and then y'all stay, so it's all love. Same with Smokewell stuff. I was pretty controlling for Volume 1, and I was like, this time I was like, sure, bro, yeah, man, cool, whatever, cool. You want to do that? Sure, let's do it.
Taking a bit more of a backseat role, or at least like calming down on the front seat role.
It's more, how would you describe it? I mean, that is accurate, but I think it's more, I wouldn't say like it's like completely, hey, you take care of it, because I basically still drive everything. I mean, of course. But I like to make a lot of the decisions and be involved in every decision. So I think I've kind of
that's fair.
Pulled back a little bit on being more democratic with the process, which I always was. It was never like, it's my way, but it was more just like, I didn't always love everyone's ideas, and I was like, nah, it's got to be this way. I'd just be like, hey, man, cool. Let's show.
So you've dialed back like 20-25% of the intensity of your overseeingness.
Yeah, with everything in life, though. So it's not just this. Sick. I've been trying to be, and I don't know where it came from.
That just means less stress. Just dial it back. That's perfect.
Yeah, trying to channel, that sort of Jamaican, like, yeah, man, whatever. Bro.
Hey, just no worries, bro.
It's all good.
It's like you're smoking spliffs mentally. Yeah,
basically.
Cool, man.
Basically, so that was a tangent.
I smoked weed once today. That was ages ago. I'm like just drunk now. I'm like the most just.
What do you got tonight?
Not drunk. Same as last week. The old export lager from down the road, but
love it. Love to see it. Get that fucking.
And the classic throwback, non-existent Pint Pursuits glass.
Oh, look at that! It does not exist. Love drinking glasses.
I drink beers out of glasses that
from
of
breweries
companies
that don't exist.
anymore. Yeah, no, that's what I do. I'm out here,
I love it. I love that. I got
But I'm
beers
drinking
for
the
you, by the way.
most brand new beer out of the oldest glasses that don't exist. Like, what do you call that?
It's like
A mad cunt? Or
yeah. Well,
what do you do
obviously it's a mad cunt. You mean it's like a juxtaposition, maybe?
Yeah, because it's like the newest shit out of
older
the
than new.
oldest that doesn't exist. It's like drinking a fucking, I don't know. Can't think of a crazy example.
I know exactly what you mean, though. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it is. I love that. You're a sick cunt. So anyway, there's that album, that project was, excuse me, Smokewell's coming really soon. Just got to
Keen for
decide
that.
when.
It's just be great. Menacing beats. Menacing.
Yeah, it's a great one. You're on 2 songs, got a bunch of great features. We have a posse cut with 8 of us on there, which I'm really proud of. I fucking love that. Everyone did 8 bars. They were all our homies, so Smoke didn't get any of his homies on there. So that wasn't control as much as like
just a caliber list of fucking like-minded mad cunts to slay.
Everyone slayed too. Like everybody really delivered. These are all. I don't have a huge. You and me don't have the hugest circles of cats that we work with in that way. Like you work with more people than me because of mixing and stuff and production, but as rappers, we don't particularly work with that many cats. So I think we kind of just captured most of the people that we've been working with in the last few years on this, and it
works well.
It was great. Fire. Everyone delivered. So I'm excited for that album to come out. So I'm just like waiting on all of this shit. So I guess I got to submit. I got to talk to Smoke, and then I've been talking with Richard, who's our you also would have seen on the series 2 of the pod. And Rich does our videos, so me and Rich we've got a podcast that we're starting that I'm not going to bother you with because you can record everything and it mixes it through Anchor.com, which got bought by Spotify. Because I was like, how can we do this without having to make Brad do something for us? Because we don't want to put any money into it. I can't ask you to do something else about everything else. So we're like, how can we do this? So we've started to put it together.
Do that.
Well, we could talk about it. I'll explain maybe because we haven't sort of announced it all off air, but Rich registered the Instagram the other day and the Gmail and stuff. It's short. It's intended to be like 15-minute podcast and all ridiculous. Super silly. I'll explain. Remind me to explain.
Fun.
Yes, and you're welcome to also sort of jump. We can have guests. So we're basically putting all the topics together right now, get a whole list because we can batch record them because it's not like this podcast. Even Tiff and I were talking yesterday. She goes, it'd be good if like you could go up to Toronto and Dan's there, you boys go, or they come down here, and you do like 4 episodes at once. But this is a timely weekly podcast that needs to be done.
That's true.
Whereas BOS, we can record ahead of time. I used to stack them bitches up, but right now I'm not in the stacking mode. It's just I'm taking my time with it. So this other one we can stack up because they're all going to be super short, and we're doing audio only. So that we don't. So I'll explain to you more about it after, and we could have a meeting if you want to get involved in it in any shape or form. So we're just trying to meet, because right now I pay for all the hosting for all the pods. So I didn't want to pay for another one. So Anchor does everything, but it's not as good as the host that we have for all of this stuff. So
understood. That's cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's another little project on the side. What are the other updates for us? I think that was the main shit I had written down, was just those things. So I just wanted to drop that early because we normally drop it at the end, and maybe we need to talk about our shit a little bit.
Fun things up front.
Yeah, a bit of fun stuff.
Emotion up front,
Yeah, bro.
Business first, party at the back. You know what I mean?
Like
our show is a fucking slutty mullet.
Oh, I wonder if I say that episode name somehow.
I can keep it in the tuck for later on. Slutty mullet's pretty funny, but like I don't know if it's this episode, but slutty mullet will definitely go good on the SEO, I reckon.
Oh mate, constantly be fucking googling the shit out of that, mate. Fucking there you go. You should get a mullet. You should just like trim it up.
Oh man, yo, I'm not kidding. My hair. Okay, so cunts that don't know. Let me turn around. Which way is it better? Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that.
So I got a bloke bun that's been around for longer than fucking man buns were popular, right? So it used to go. Obviously, I grew it to my shoulders or whatever, but like for the longest time, I swear to God, it's below my tits. So I got a cut recently, and now it's like fucking collarbone.
How you feel?
Like I lost 10 pounds, cunt.
You like it better that way?
No, it's good because like I mean, I have less revolutions around my bun when I tie it up.
But, use less shampoo.
less shampoo, less fucking hair when I'm brushing my shit. It's a massive pain in the ass having long hair, but I tell you what, it's good to tie it up and fuck it out the way.
Oh, mate, just fucking what a ripper that is.
But yeah, gave myself the old catch a cunt.
Oh, you did it yourself?
Yeah, mate.
Oh, you're a hilarious cunt.
I'm basically a barber and a hairstylist. I tell you what, mate. If you ever think my beard's shit, it's my fault.
Don't blame any other cunt.
If you think my fucking beard's sick, my fault.
Yeah.
Sick as.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you think my haircut's shit, my fault. If it's wicked as, fucking this cunt.
Give him the props, guys.
Why wouldn't you? Like, I got the fucking, the Remington on top. I got the Manscaped down below. I got the scissors on the back, mate. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Cleanest balls in East Toronto.
Do you actually use Manscaped?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a big box of stuff I'm looking at right here. I got the second shipment from them because they sponsored BOS again.
Piss off again.
I sent you a...
I heard the thing because I bought it a little while ago for like a birthday present for myself. Nice. And then I hear you talking like...
Did you use code BAOS?
No, I didn't. I got it on Amazon on like pre-Black Friday deals, mad percentage off.
Should have told a cunt, bro.
I didn't fucking know you still doing it, eh? Like,
oh, they just brought it back.
You had them as a, yeah, right. I knew you had it as a sponsor on previous series, but I didn't know it was like happening again. Yeah. And there's like this fucking platinum package which gets you this fucking whatever. So I got pretty much like the clippers and the fucking all the extra shit. I'll show you later, but like it's fire.
You have the nose trimmer,
I don't think I got the nosy.
No?
But I got the nosy on my beard trimmer set. So like I got all the ball deodorant, the shower stuff.
Nice. Is that good?
The toner, this whatever. It's honestly it's fire. It makes you smell like a fucking mad cunt.
Fucking beard.
Love it. All good.
Oh, love it. I'm excited to try all that out. They gave like this little body brush thing with little bristles, like a rubber thing.
That. I need that.
They had the shampoo, the body wash, and a bunch of other deodorant and shit that I didn't get. Yeah, it's like
shampoo or the head scratch, mate. Let's get it going. Let's get it going.
Fucking rip it up. I'm excited.
I'll do a video of me washing my balls, and then cunts will be like, "Yeah, nah, it's pretty good, eh?"
That's very descriptive, Nosha. You're really getting in there, eh? Well, just tone it down, mate.
That's what Manscaped want because they're very descriptive and their packaging is amazing, and they have the design on the box that the actual lawnmower 4.0 comes in. There's an insignia on the top which looks like a teardrop, but inset of the teardrop are like balls and it looks like a whole thing. It's the funniest design. I absolutely love it.
Did you hear the ad read?
Their marketing.
They're not.
Yes, I did. I listened to your Filth reading it.
Isn't it ridiculous? Like I don't write any of that.
Is like fantastic. I thought you were doing it until you said, "Who writes this?"
Yeah, it's so pretty impressive, man. You're right. It's from their little like logos to little cheeky shit. Like they've really done well with like cheeking it up.
As soon as you open something, there's a fun slogan like your balls will love you or like whatever.
I think it's your balls will thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. It's off its head.
It's so good. Okay, I didn't know you got it. That's great.
Yeah, I got it before my birthday. I just like, you know what? Fuck cunts get money. I'm just gonna like, spend my own money on my own balls and make sure they're the freshest balls in the East End. So
best balls going.
I'm out here, bro.
I love it. But for any cunt who wants to have fresh balls like me and Nosh, or for any one who wants to buy it for their partner who has balls, go to manscaped.com and use the code BAOS. You get 20% off plus free shipping.
20.
2 zeros. And that'll help us out because we're trying to get a permanent partnership. They reached back out because they wanted to work again. I'm
going to buy it again with your code just so cunts know.
So you get it, Fucking give it a rip, cunts,
Give it to some cunt down the street with balls.
Right, just go give it to fucking anyone with balls that you know. We are just yapping today. We haven't got to anything. We're 40 minutes in. This is wicked.
This is the best. But okay, and we're going to wrap it up with no music news. Fuck off, cunt. It was the Notion Steve easy catch up.
It's just fucking hanging out, mate. It's bloody ripper. This is, mate. It's just so funny you said that whilst I was looking at the box.
Yeah, all the topics of things we need to say, which we haven't gotten even close to.
Oh, we can run through them pretty quick, but this was more fun, though, to be honest.
Definitely. I've had a beer and a half, and we're into it.
Oh, bloody ripper, mate. I forgot to tell you, I had this one called Vert Eclipse, the THC drink. It is 2 milligrams. I wanted something light.
Oh, lovely. Two. That's like a soft cock beer. That's well done.
Yeah. And 10 milligrams.
Not diminished soft cock beers. I do love those.
Oh, you'll have to love a bit of soft cock. But I wanted something light because we're doing this earlier than we normally do it. So I didn't want to be like wild lit. And 10 milligram CBD. So I thought that would be interesting. And it's
that's a good balance.
Blackberry and lavender.
Balance. That's pretty good. Does it taste like, how strong is a lavender?
Subtle. Nothing crazy. Like, it's just clear. You can't really see nothing, but like it's there. It's all probably like fake flavors, to be honest. But
fair enough. Well, I was going to actually bring one of my tasty THC beverages to the table today, but because I was at the pub earlier with the boys, I was like, I'm not going to go get 3-4 pints up and have a THC drink. I might, because it's 10 milligrams. I might be like,
oh, that's pretty. That hits you, man. I had that a few pods ago when it was just me and you, and I was loot.
It's like tingly. I've had one before, and it was like
it's a little
my
much.
body was like, oh shit, I'm kind of lit. It's like it was slightly uncomfortable for about like 30 minutes, and then it was like back to cruisy.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I find too. You don't need the crazy milligrams when you're doing edibles.
No, you don't. And if you do, to have the 10 milligrams, great to share them. Super good to share them.
Yeah. Or it's probably the best way. Or split it up over the night or something like that. Like have half now, put it in the fridge, have the other half later or something like.
Or chuck some Perrier in there and split her up.
Yeah, do that exactly to keep it, because that's the one thing the carb will probably die off. But
fair enough.
Good to hear that you felt the same way. All right, well, let's run through a couple quick things that happened since the last week. Firstly, I guess we'll start on some not so positive stuff. Rest in peace, 2 90s rappers passed in the last week or so. Tame 1 from the Artifacts from New Jersey passed, and Hurricane G, I believe she's from New York, also passed. So 2, I think one was from, Hurricane G was like lung cancer, and it was a heart issue for Tame 1. So I'm not sure if you remember that. I didn't love the Artifacts or anything, but the song called The Ultimate was on like one of the soundtracks or something.
Yeah, definitely recommend.
A slapper.
Recognize that one, yeah.
Yeah.
We also got to meet and hang out with Elder Sensei from the Artifact. We did.
Where?
In an A3C in Atlanta at the hotel, and we got to smoke. We met him in the elevator on the way up. I had weed.
Are you sure?
He had papers.
Yeah.
And we ended up hanging out. Yeah, bro, what do you mean? We ended up going down to his hotel room and chilling and smoking him out. I rolled the spliffs. He was really impressed with the white boy rolling the good spliffs. Then he showed us videos of him rapping in Germany at a concert with 200,000 people. Yeah. And he's like, yo, check us out. I rap with fucking blah, blah. I'm like, oh, you're a fucking sick ass. And like, I knew who the Artifacts were, and then didn't know who any of the artists individually were. And so me being on fucking Jaeger bombs and what was it? Jaeger and vodka all day. And because we were at the panels at A3C, we were business in the daytime. We were a mullet, but people. It was party, business in the daytime, party at nighttime. And then we just went to venues and went to concerts. And then when we went back to the hotel we're staying in, was it the Holiday Inn or some other shit? Elder Sensei was literally on our shuttle bus back to. So as we're going up, we were talking about weed. And he's like, oh, y'all got weed? I'm like, yeah, but we didn't any papers though. And he's like, oh, I got fucking papers. I'm like, okay, come to our. So that's how that happened. Remember that shit?
Now you say it? Yes, I totally forgot that happened. Do we get photos?
I don't think so. It was literally, I honestly don't think, I don't have any photos.
Maybe we didn't want to bother him.
Honestly, man, we was on some the most chill, like, hey, come hang with us shit. And he was like, y'all are fucking awesome. So we smoked on the bed and at the window of the place.
I absolutely remember all of this now. Was there some chicks there aside from Becky and Vicky? I have a vision that
maybe. There's definitely like a room full of people. It was like 6 to 8 people. It wasn't huge.
Maybe Brandon was with us.
Oh yeah, Barnett. Yeah. DJ Green
in the building.
Yeah, no, that was a really fun night. That was brief as shit. We were all fucking trom-faced, to use the words of my beloved chap one there. Trom-faced is the good one. So yeah, we had a good time there. We chilled with Elder Sensei for a while.
So that's okay. Well, that's even more personal now you mentioned that. That's fucked up. So yeah, man, super sad. These are legends in the game, and they're only early 50s, which is pretty damn young for for having all these heart issues and stuff. But yeah, man, they seem to get a lot of people were talking about it on social and stuff. So people seem pretty fucked up over it. I saw Copyright was really fucked up over it. So I think he was good friends with them.
Yeah, I saw him post a couple of videos, and he was trying to make some beats and kind of like just yeah, not dealing with it well. Poor guy.
Pretty trash, man. So, rest in peace to those legendary individuals.
Absolutely.
Okay, so where do you want to go from here? Let's do. I saw the Weekend post on Twitter, and he was saying. I should even just bring it up actually because it'd be easier. So you know how he has the album everyone calls like trilogy that he dropped. The label kind of dropped, and it was essentially a summary of the mixtapes that dropped in 2011. Do you remember that at all?
No.
Okay, so if people like, I got into Weekend. I don't know if you were sort of there too.
Oh, like the Thursday mixtape and the balloons joint.
Yeah, House of Balloons.
Yeah. Okay. So yes. Sorry, I had to just picture it for a second.
So basically, what he said. I'm just gonna try and find it here. Here we go. So it's called House of Balloons Thursday and Echoes of Silence. So they dropped in the first one was I guess House of Balloons, which had like High for This and all that type of shit. So when I was working at the Apple Store in Toronto, that's when it like was like starting to slowly bubble up, and everyone was really excited. It was one of the last, and no one knew what he looked like. It was one of the last like exciting artist launches where everyone around us was psyched about it. The music was genuinely dope. Like I went to his Wicked Games. I went to his second show ever, which was the 2011 OVO Fest. Me and Josh Telfer went, and it was so sick because he had his first show at Mod Club, but I couldn't get tickets to that.
Shout out to the Mod Club, RIP Mod Club.
Yeah,
still,
I heard about that. I fucked up.
Bullshit.
So basically, yeah. So he tweeted, he goes, if y'all want, and then, so he dropped those 3 mixtapes, and then once he got big, because that basically blew him up, got big, got signed, and then the label put out those 3 projects in this, like, box set as a triple CD. So people call it Trilogy. So he tweeted, if y'all want to hear the trilogy how it's supposed to be listened to, listen to House of Balloons, Thursday, and Echoes of Silence individually. Not all samples are on Trilogy, and the mix isn't the original mix. But shout out to Trilogy, but FYI, for the new fans, it isn't an album. I might get rid of the compilation just so there's no more confusion now that all the samples are finally cleared since December 17, 2021. That means it took 10 years to clear the samples.
Fuck off, God.
Yes, and he said, but I also know there are fans of the compilation, so I might not get rid of it, but I just want to be clear for all the new fans and weirdly older fans. And then someone tweeted and said the trilogy version is literally 10x better. He said, yeah, but for example, Birds Part 2 on original is way better sounding than on trilogy, in my personal opinion. So I think he is sort of just saying that's his preference. So I thought that was an interesting just thing, because that album those were really big for me at the time, just because everyone around me was listening to it, and it was cool to be in the city when it was popping.
It was actually happening. Yeah.
So like hearing him say that, and as artists ourselves, when we've never really released, like we did a remastered version of my Indie Experiment tapes, because you had improved so much. You know, we did it like 2 years later or something. I think it was 2012 when it dropped. And
that was part of the learning curve of me in engineering and.
Yeah, so I get it, and like we thought the new one was better, but maybe like you said, samples weren't cleared, so because they were mixtapes, he could just put that shit out. It didn't matter. But as soon as you get with a label, they're like, oh yeah, we want to put this music out. We're gonna take this out. We're gonna change this mix. We're gonna do blah blah blah, and it just wasn't. It didn't maybe capture the essence of what he was trying to do. So
of course you can't recreate greatness sometimes. Like unfortunately, that's just how it goes. Like the really minute details to like the fucking air in the room. Like if you record the same song in the same booth 6 months later, dude, everything about the sound that's getting captured is going to be different. So like you can't recreate anything.
Yes.
Like that's why sometimes some recording engineers will be like, the first take is the best one always. It's like it's not always the case, but you also can't recreate that shit. Whoops. You can't recreate much. So some people get married to that shit, and like for example, on my Corner of Notion and Ninth mixtape, there's a song with me, you, Tommy Guns, like the Crew joint.
My Crew,
was it My Crew? No, I think
it's called My Crew, because that was the original beat.
There was another posse cut, and I did, and I'll go first. There's like 8 cunts on it.
Oh,
Melbourne
Oh,
in the Mind.
oh yeah, with like Mike
And
and
so
Theo and yeah.
the verse that I'll go first, and the verse that was used was a recording from your house in St Kilda before you sold it, and I fucking re-recorded that 3 times and ended up like saying no. Use the original, the rough reference take that I did, like where cunts were talking in the background and shit. Like that ended up being the final version because I couldn't recreate how good I spat it,
Hmm.
even though I tried it like a few times more. So
Hmm.
yeah, sometimes the dry or the reference track can be the one to go if you get through it in one piece.
I agree with that. I forgot about that anecdote, but that's totally like I always find that I don't like re-recording shit for that exact reason. Like I do it once, I'll write it. I don't mind doing a reference take just to show cunts, and I would never use that reference take. I
Right.
did that a lot with the Smokewell stuff, and then I'd be like, all right, we're cool with that. You know, everyone thinks cool. You like it, because like maybe if we got to write to it or position it around the beat, I'm like, all right, that's good. Let me do it properly now. Then I'll do it properly, and that's it. Where Smoke will re-record his shit like 9 times. He only stops recording because I kind of bust his balls to be like, dude, please, like, don't
Yeah.
do it again.
Like this or whatever.
Just shut the fuck up and leave it. It was great the first time, but you keep
I
doing
see,
it,
yeah,
doing it,
don't
and
change
doing it.
shit.
Yeah, I keep telling him to just not do that shit. So I guess we'll see what happens. The other thing, because him and I are going to work on volume 3 now. So we're working on mine and your album, and we're doing the volume 3 of that. So we're slowly picking beats and stuff like that. And,
Sweet. I want to rap on everything you want me to rap on.
yep, I'll let you know for sure. Once we've got all the beats locked down, I'll bring you in and we'll get you on a couple of joints as always. But that's an example. That's great. So there's an example of you doing the opposite, whereas Smoke continues to do it. So I think everyone has their
Oh man, there's definitely everyone's got their
thing.
process and everyone's got their preferred way of just breaking it down from start to finish. I don't really have a preferred way. It depends on like who I'm working with, and sometimes like cunts go this way and some cunts go that way. Don't mind. I'm just gonna make the beats. Fuck that it is.
Yep. No, I love it. It's fascinating. So just a little interesting little thing that he was tweeting about. What else we got? New music. I didn't listen to basically shit, but from what I can tell, there has been albums from WizKid KC, who is a dude working a lot with Kanye. We got something from Heady One, Notion's favorite.
Oh my goodness, I
Oh, I
can't
guess
wait.
Dan
That.
fucked up not being around today.
Oh, did he ever?
Nas and Hit Boy did King's Disease 3, which I'm going to talk about
3.
a bit in
That's
a second.
100% gonna listen to that shit because I heard it was fire.
Yes, I've heard really good things too. The Black
I
Panther.
mean, Hit Boy is very consistent lately.
Yes, he is insane. He's like I love it. He's like the mainstream Apollo Brown. Just
Oof, good
doing
one.
collab albums for big names and like
Good
completely producing that. That's the only way I ever want to work. Like I don't want to ever do. Okay, let's get a beat from this guy and a bit. Fuck that. I'm like, yo, no, should we doing a project? Cool, we do it all the way through. So I haven't done an album with multiple producers since my first album. That's it.
Yeah,
No,
Steps of the Peak was the first one.
well, Steps to the Peak was since I was like a series of of groups, I guess. But
Oh, of course, Reveille,
so
yeah.
I guess what's it called? Indie Experiment mixtapes were just rapping over
Was your
like
step back?
rock songs. Was when I first did went solo because I was always in groups. Then I did the Steps to the Peak EP with Dr. Mad, who produced the whole thing. I did my album This Is All I Know, which was a collection of beats, including you.
Yeah.
Then we did Be Better with 76, all his. We did Bad Habits with
Wow, look at you.
which was all what's his fucking name? I stopped talking to him because he disappeared from the project. Anyway, I don't want to say the guy's name, but one guy produced the whole thing. Then I did Relentless with Maya. He did the whole thing. Smoke by Toxic City with Smoke. He did the whole thing. So I've literally since I've been solo, I've done one.
Producer whore. No,
well,
that's
I
not
think
even.
I think it's actually the opposite.
Actually.
Yes, I'm monogamous.
Monogamous.
I'm dating. I have girlfriends. You know. I just think it's like a better process.
Project is a lady or a thing. It's a relationship.
I think it is. I think it's the most it's the only way I want. I have no interest in doing the other way because it's like I don't know. I'd rather sort of make that.
Yeah,
that's why I don't like. You know what I mean? Like I don't care about like being. I've always been a relationship dude with chicks. I've always been like I never operated as well being single and having a whole. It was fun when I was single for a bit and it's cool, but I couldn't do it full time. Like,
word up.
I prefer having someone that you build with and make something more meaningful and better.
I like it a lot.
So
It's a
like,
massive metaphor for your life, dude. That's actually quite admirable. That's dope as fuck.
I think it just works better, right? And then like I
Yeah,
think those bodies of work are tighter because the fact that there
there's
was
something built.
yeah, so you become like friends with if you I guess you're already like mates with all these people anyway, but like
Yeah, yeah.
it's the
It's a creative.
creative partnership
Mhm.
that like is better because one person is in charge of all the sonics and they like for our album you're in charge of all of that, but we're gonna pick it all together. That's the same thing. Like,
Mhm.
you know, they'll present a whole bunch of beats. You're like, yeah, that one. Yeah, let's get that. Boom, boom, boom. And then we can come up with different, if we want to switch things in or add stuff up or take shit out or whatever it may be, we can do that together. And then we come up with the concepts together. And there's this whole, I guess, narrative throughout the project because of that relationship that you're building through the art, which is and just like you did too, man. You did your album, Heart on My Sleeve in 2017. That was a collection of
Well, How to
producers,
My Sleeve is like 50-50 me and other cunts.
right?
That's
But
what
it was still
it's like
not
what
one.
it ended up being. It wasn't just one, yeah. But that's the thing, like it was,
Notion Island was
yeah.
though.
Notion Island and yeah, it's right. Notion Island was Egg Ward and I.
So you did the same
That
thing. So you didn't like. I don't think we had the discussion about it. You just did it.
that's true. Yeah, I mean, Egg Ward and I, Eric and I, have a fucking great relationship. He's been one of my longest friends in Canada, and plus, he understands how I rap and how random I can get and how mainstream I can get. So he kind of provides the everything. He makes fucking disgusting amount of beats. The cunt's so good. He's gotten really into the machine and the whole like he obsesses over knots. One of the greatest producers that we have in hip hop, and just really learn how to manipulate the machine more and record his own sounds and just be better at everything. So he's been sending me shit in the last like 6 months that have just been like, what the fuck? The next Notion Island album is going to be just a whole new shit. It's gonna
I
be
love
fucked.
it.
Volume 2 is gonna be disgusting.
We should do a
He
full
he
album
said,
with us. Like do 10 tracks or something.
I think that's definitely a good idea. I think that the smaller segmented things might be better because he's got a lot of like random shit. I don't know
Oh,
if I
so
could put.
you'd be like six
It's so
tracks, 6 to 8.
everything's so different, man. Like it's like I need to be
Gotcha.
Homeboy Sandman / Mos Def / Elzai / fucking, you know what I mean? Like it's Fonte to get rid of to get this under control. Like his beats are disgustingly good. He's like Mad Lib and fucking Jay Dilla and like a few different cunts smushed in together, and it's like it's hard to. Yeah, I have a lot of work to do, but Eggwater's provided me with some brilliant shit. I need to get my words together for.
I like that though, because then now I like
It's
having
sick.
both these projects at once. It's cool that you got the same thing as far as
Obviously, you're going to be rapping on this, but like I'm just
yeah, of
saying this
course.
also live to you. But like
No, it's
he
good.
has sent me a bunch of shit. Like, hey, here's a wee transfer of a beat that I made. It's like, oh my god, that's disgusting, and it's
Right.
also weird and brilliant.
I love it, man.
But I can rap on it too because sometimes he sends me shit. I'm like, I love that beat. Don't
But I
know what
can't rap on
Notion
that.
could do on it,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
I still enjoy it as a listener. But yeah,
That happens a lot.
things are happening.
Okay. I love that. Look, me and you are staying active. I'm excited. I don't think I've written a rap all year, if I'm honest.
Man, it's been ages
just-
since I wrote a rap.
I'm excited.
But
I'm ready. I started
happy
getting
I've got
lines
beats back.
together. Hey?
Oh, good. I was saying happy I've got beats back under my belt. I started
that's
making
important.
beats again. That's fucking hard, bro. Like I freestyle a lot, more so than you. Whatever.
I don't
While I'm
freestyle.
cleaning my kitchen, I'll just like, I'll give it a go. Like, we have our shit talking raps where we're like, your dick's in a bum, finger in a thumb, like
Yeah.
whatever, right? Stupid ridiculousness. But I'll actually try to rap, whether it's in this accent or actually my rapping voice, like depends on the beat. But like, I'll still do it. I'll still flex the mental. I think it's like an exercise for my brain to work more so than like I'm trying to be good at rapping. I'm just like, I want to fucking just
That's
get out of
good.
the shit out. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Yeah.
It's fire. It's exciting.
Verbal intercourse, but it's not exactly intercourse. It's just more like
Just-
filth, fire, and filth.
Just fingering. Verbal fingering. I like that. Sorry, Ken.
Just finger in the air.
Finger
with
in
my
the
words,
air.
with my air pressure.
So that was the projects that dropped. I know we keep doing some fun little tangents today. There's a bunch of singles. Stormzy dropped a new single, it looks like. He's got an album coming soon. No one else I give a huge fuck about on a quick scan. But
Fair.
the King's Disease album, Hip Hop by the Numbers was saying that he's like, like Nas dropped and Jay-Z didn't, because apparently Jay basically always drops whenever Nas does. Just to
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
And okay, let's see. It went number 1 on iTunes, and what did he say here?
Some time to breathe.
It gave some time to breathe for sure, but here we go. Hang on, there's actually a point. He said that Nas rapped 871 words on King's Disease 3. He's never rapped on a studio album before. He's rapped 9,500 words on studio albums and still breaking new ground. The hilarious part is like how you even like calculating that. That's so crazy. Which is that was one interesting thing.
That's insane.
Then
you're gonna have like something recording and like dictating the fucking words down.
You can just look at probably Genius and then just tally it all up. There's probably ways to do it in like
word
a spreadsheet. Yeah. And also, side note, the Black Album today was dropped in 2003 from Jay-Z, so it's 19 years old today, which is pretty cool.
Oh my god, it's one of the best albums in the fucking history of things I've heard in my ears, bro.
Yes. So this is what I want to talk about. So apparently 21 Savage was on some show or something, and he said that Nas isn't relevant. He's just a good rapper who has a passionate fan base.
Oh, goodbye.
Which is obviously, yeah, you're already know how. I'm not mad at 21 typically, but that was...
He's a child in comparison, so fucking his opinion usually doesn't matter when he says things like that. That's actually offensive. So and you're going to make like me mad.
Yes, exactly. And it's fair. You should be mad. So then Hip Hop by the Numbers went and he said, Nas was the second rapper in history to have a #1 album in 3 separate decades. One of 3 rappers with a top 5 album in 4 separate decades. King's Disease won Rap Album of the Year at 2021 Grammys, and King's Disease 3 is currently top 10 on Apple Music in 47 countries. He's like, irrelevant? No way. He's also the second solo rapper. Oh, hang on a second. He said that again.
21's a troll.
Oh, Beastie Boys did that too. And 3 solo rappers have had top 5 albums in 4 decades: Nas, Eminem, and Wayne, which is crazy.
Wow.
So I thought that was just interesting. Like, why would you say something so ridiculous? But I guess, like you said,
troll things. Well, they have an album coming out. You know, he has an album out, so maybe he's doing
stay in the cycle, right?
Thing.
I feel like he's not as calculated as Drake. He just said something stupid.
No, but he's just dumb.
I don't think he's the sharpest knife in the drawer, but
he's not. He's definitely not the dumbest cunt in the kitchen, is he?
That's how you follow that up, man. Fuck, not the dumbest cunt in the kitchen.
Yeah, like he's rolling pins for like me cutting me spaghetti and shit. Be like, I'm alright, my name's got numbers in it, not letters. But it does have letters, but you can fuck off,
Maybe we should put a number in front of our name. I'll be 13, Sui.
I'll be fucking 69, nose dog cunt.
I like that. I like it. Done. We'll fix that up. What was the other thing? I've got a list. Why am I trying to pretend like I need to remember? Last Saturday just passed. Dave Chappelle was hosting Saturday Night Live, and all the pussy holes are mad at him again, I guess. Everyone is just making comedy so difficult. It's kind of wild to me that it's continually this difficult.
Comedy will be cancelled soon. I shouldn't say that, but they might.
Right. Did you see the whole thing, or you just saw the monologue?
So the monologue and a snippet of the outro. Okay.
It was cool. The skits are like take it or leave it. Some were cool, some not so much. But you, as a Chappelle show, like, you know, he brought Donnell out with him. Ice-T for a sec.
Yeah. Sick.
It was good. It was like, you know, Saturday Night Live typically is not funny, and it was definitely the best one I've seen since he last hosted. So, you know, it's pretty cool. But people got mad at some of the shit he said because he was roasting Kanye whilst kind of standing up for some of the things he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I really want to go into that now, because I feel like anytime you even mention it, cunts get sort of mad. But what he was saying wasn't that crazy. I just feel like people like they're ready to get mad at Dave at this point. After the last special, which in my opinion wasn't transphobic. He told a nice story about a trans woman who was his friend. Like, it wasn't transphobic, but you have to be able to make fun of stuff. I'm not okay living in a society where we can't talk about stuff and you like we have to talk about shit.
And see the lighter side of it's like the Mad magazine had a literal section of their comic strip part called the lighter side of to take the piss of the hard topics or issues at the time.
Yeah.
Like why can't that's what comedy fucking essentially is. Why we take that away from cunts? Like especially like, you know, the bigger the stature, the harder you're gonna fucking smash the cunt with whatever he says. Like, you know, it's amazing how Dave is so calculated and the balls that he has to get up on stage and smoke cigarettes on camera and talk the truth that he does. Like, dude, goat.com/Davo. Let's go.
Best cunt going, mate.
Best cunt going.
He's like the Aristotle of our generation. Like he's the philosopher. Like
Love that.
The way he says things and thinks about things, it's unparalleled. Like no one can do it like him. And people say it's not even funny. Like it's not always supposed to be funny. It's supposed to make you think. And then the parts of it were fucking funny. Not all of it.
He's so zoomed out and he can see the whole picture and he explains it in such a nice way. It's like if you don't get it and see where he's like taking the piss and where he's not, then you're just not listening right, I think.
Yeah. It's weird that people still it's like they just want to get mad at him. So it was like they were kind of going into it looking for a reason, I reckon.
Yeah. Well, Uncle Dave prevailed and he did a great job, so
I think so too, and it seems like most of the people agree with that. There's just the usual suspects, you know, who are always writing think pieces and blah 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 blah. Like, I don't know. He's trending heavy on Twitter. It was it's still trending. Hey, let me just check right now. No, it didn't get cancelled. They're trying to say to cancel him and stuff, but like,
no, he didn't do anything bad enough.
No,
and he's very respectful how he tackled the sensitive words and the sentences around that. So.
Yeah, and he was, you know, he was shitting on a lot of people. And one of the things he'd said that I see Punch from TDE quoted here said it shouldn't be this scary to talk. And that comes back to the shit we had about freedom of speech the other week. Like, I just think it's just so fucking important and he nailed it. Like, it's an interesting time to be alive. We don't have to go too much more into it, but if you haven't seen it, definitely recommend it. It's like you can watch on like the NBC.com website. You can even just watch his monologue on Instagram. They put the monologue up, which went for 14 minutes, which was super, super dope. So that was super cool. And the last thing, Elon is making a whole bunch of changes since he bought Twitter. I think he's fucking it up a bit, but he did say expect. Yeah, man. Like even just the shit with the verification. Did you see all that stuff? What's been happening?
Like Jesus has been verified.
That's one thing. Yeah, exactly. The Jesus account, but basically
a scroll thing, like a carousel of fucking screenshots where, you know, dumb things have been verified and then people are just,
all you gotta do is pay for it. They took it away now. So one example, there's this company called like Eli Lilly and they make insulin, you know, for diabetes. And
stick to doing that.
Basically, well, someone made a fake account for them and go, hey guys, insulin is now free. And then they had to come back and say, hey, this is our only official Twitter account. That's not us, because it's verified, so everyone thought it might have been it. And they lost multiple billions in market value that day on the stock market, and 2 other insulin providers did the same thing too.
That's insane.
Which is, I don't have a ton of sympathy, because apparently the person or people who discovered insulin sold it to the government or to one company for $1, like 100 years ago or something, and be like, make it and give it away. Make sure everyone has it.
Make sure everybody has it, yeah.
And these cunts are charging for it, so that's why they did that. Because cunts be cunting. So and this is one example of many different things where people completely, like someone made one of being Ben Shapiro and go, anyone else enjoying a cock right now? Or something like that. Like, you could just make one of anyone and change a little thing on there, put like a 1 instead of an L.
The BP ones, like, you know, about the oil in the ocean and shit. We're sorry, you know, we're not sorry for fucking the world up.
That's what people are doing.
Shit, yeah.
So people are paying $8 to go and do this shit because that's all you had to do, make an account and just pretend to be that and say wild ass shit. So I think they're pulling back that, like, because we're verified on Twitter, and I always, like, it's my favorite thing to be verified on, because I feel like it's just, if you want to complain to a brand or something, like, they listen to you more.
Well, so give you a shout back.
Now it's devalued that.
Devalued the, yeah.
Even though you can tell if someone paid for it or not, but now there's multiple levels because there's like CNN, it's verified, then it says official underneath it now. So like they've got another layer, and then apparently they still note. And if you hover over it, it'll tell you.
That's what. Yeah, I mean,
how they got it.
Up? Fucking on Facebook, my Notion account's been verified for yonks, thankfully. But you know what fucking took it? The UK, there's a Notion magazine, right? And they've also got the blue tick with the same. If I literally type in Facebook/Notion,
it's
like
them.
It comes up like if I type in my shit, like it comes up with them as well. It's just like, what the fuck? How can two companies named Notion have the same thing? I know mine's Notion Baby, but like when you look at my thing, it's Notion and with a tick. So if you look at their shit with a Notion and a tick, like cunts get confused. Like, what the fuck's going on?
People used to, there's these DJs called Notion that were pretty big, and people always used to message you because I have access to your accounts. People used to always message you about them.
Base UK fucking garage thing.
Yeah. So it's like, it's weird the way that it's all, and also the fact that we're both verified on Facebook, but I've applied multiple times and can't get verified on Instagram when it's the same company doing the verification. I just don't understand.
Verified since like so long.
My friends who run a brewery in LA, they verified on Instagram, and I helped them apply on Facebook. And when we did it over the phone, like on the spot, it was declined. So they were the other way around. Verified on Instagram, but Facebook wouldn't verify them. And they've been in Forbes, Time, like everywhere.
It's crazy.
So, like, it's so dumb, man. Like the whole system with all of that. But either way, like, it's not just the verification. Like Elon's doing some interesting stuff, and you know, it said if you change your Twitter name, not the handle, the name, you'll get your verification removed. And the last thing I put was like like Rome out now, which is the last single I dropped, and I want to change that when the album drops. So I don't know if they're going to take my verification away if I change the name. Now I'm scared to touch it. I want to ask. I feel like Elon kind of tweets back at people.
Get him on the blow up, like, "Oi, E-Dog, mate.
Oi, what's going on, cunt?
Hey, dog.
Fuck." So
kid.
It's weird things happening over there. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm starting to think that it depends, because this might be him just fucking around and trying stuff for a little while before deciding what.
Oh, I just had a double neck crack. It was really weird.
You okay?
Sorry. Yep.
You fucking. You crazy fuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was just more like, I think it was interesting that's the sort of, you know, approach he's on. So we'll see what happens with that. I think that's all I really had for today.
That's good.
Look at that, got through the list.
Floating.
All right. Where can everyone find you online, you big fucking cocknose?
Oh, we get you fucking like computer out your pocket and jump in fucking at Notion Baby on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. NotionBeats.com, at Notion MTB on Instagram for my mountain biking shit. At Illnote Studios on Instagram and Facebook. IllnoteStudios.com. Holla at your motherfucking. See if easy.
Boom. Let's do this first. Thumbnail.
Do it. I'm just gonna get fucking cheeky.
Thumbnazy. Ready? Boom. All right, y'all can get me at CEEFOR on Instagram and Twitter, and CEETMF on Facebook and TikTok. Everyone, thank you for watching and listening. Mate, smash the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell, Nosh.
Ding, card.
So you know when the new episodes drop. We drop every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you follow us, Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere. Chuck 5-star rating. Man, that is it. We'll see y'all fucking champions next week.
Be healthy.
Get a dog up.
Drink some water. Don't be a shit cunt.
Don't be a shit cunt. Don't be a shit cunt.
Dog.
Yeah, mate, just hold shit cunt.
Doggy, doggy.
Don't be a shit cunt. Don't be a shit cunt. Oh, that smells good. Don't be shit cunt. Don't be shit, dude.
Don't be shit cunt.